liberated, freed, released, free from traditional social restraints, sisters, girls or women who share a common ancestry, allegiance, character, or purpose with another or others, fellow Black women or girls.
Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is his servant and messenger. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad, host and producer of Liberated Sisters right here on the Closing the Gap Broadcast Network. Our mother show is Closing the Gap Broadcast, which is founded by Student Minister James Muhammad, Student Minister Chad Muhammad, and Sister Starla Muhammad, interim editor of the Final Call newspaper. And actually, the show was founded by Student Minister James Muhammad of the Nation of Islam. So today, we are going to be getting an update from our brother, Arvence Muhammad, on his interactions with the wills. Our special co-host today is Sister Tamara Tamara Muhammad, pardon me. We'll have more of her bio coming up when we introduce her. And also, we're going to be having the Justice Report. And so we'll get into that right now with the Final Call newspaper headlines, as it has been a while before then. And so we will start there. And then I also want to tell you about some breaking news. And many of you may already know about it, but it's very exciting. And so stand by, please, for the Justice Report. Today's Justice Report comes out of none other than the Final Call newspaper. We're going to share the screen right now so that you can see that. You can go to finalcall.com, finalcall.com, and you can read along with the headlines if you do. We also invite you to subscribe to the Final Call newspaper. And so, there it is. America's errant foreign policy. This article highlights that on the heels of targeting Venezuela, the president is threatening military intervention in the oil-rich West African nation of Nigeria, in another sign of troublesome U.S. foreign policy. That cover story is on page 2. We move to Nigeria navigates U.S. invasion threat. That is by Nyamba Arende, and the actual story about the global inequity emergency. New Geo report links today's inequality crisis to colonial origins. That's by Sister Nisa Islam Muhammad. And again, this is at finalcall.com, finalcalldigital.com. We go on to the next section. The European Union warns that Al-Fashir becomes graveyard on humanity amid Sudan's worsening crises. I'm only going into a few of the headlines because we have the special guest today. SNAP benefits cuts are sparking community action to help those in need. This is regarding, of course, the food crises that is happening. There's a lot of updates since we have most recently written this. This is coming out of the government shutdown. And I want to move on deeper to get to the cover story because that is out of, pardon me, Student Minister Ishmael Muhammad, the National Assistant to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, delivered a message on this. And so I will leave this here as we are already at 5:08. I plan to do 5 minutes. So America's errant foreign policy. Again, on the heels of targeting Venezuela, the president is threatening military intervention in the oil-rich West African nation of Nigeria, and another sign of troublesome U.S. foreign policy. So, on second thought, allow me to read a couple of paragraphs of that. Well, actually, I won't because I did promise. So go to finalcall.com, finalcall.com, and Final Call Digital, and you can read all about it there. I'll stop sharing the screen. And brothers and sisters, as you know, the production is solo. And so I thank you for your patience as I do attempt to bring you this news and information. There is something happening that's breaking news in the media world, and not just the media world, but in terms of news and information. And I also cut the headlines short because there is the newsmaker, which we know is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the national representative of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who is the eternal leader of the Nation of Islam. He gives us the news before it even occurs years, decades from when it actually happens. And so something has happened today, and I want to share that. Allow me to do that, okay? I'll show the picture, and then we'll just continue on, okay? And thank you. And welcome everyone who's coming in. You know the saying, a picture speaks a thousand words. This one really does. It really spoke to me, and I want to say a big um, congratulations and to this person. But first, read. I will lead with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, in the Part 14 of The Time and What Must Be Done, which was delivered on April 13 in 2013. This is an unprecedented 58-week. It was 52, but ultimately became a 58-week lecture series that the minister conducted, which was on the time, or is on the time and what must be done. Very historic, very unprecedented. You can go to noi.org for the information on that, and we will post that in the link. But for the purposes of now, I want to read something from the minister on the time and what must be done, part 14. He stated, and I'm saying this, I would love to run a clip, but many of you may be aware, many of you may not be aware, but the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been told by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, his father, to be quiet. This is in the Savior's Day 2024 address, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been very, very obedient to that. And so instead of playing the clip, I am going to read that because he has been obedient. The minister states, quote, "You are seeing now that we're leading up to war again. You need to really look at other media on your internet other than CNN and the corporate controlled media of America. Try Russian television, RT.com, Chinese television, English CNTV. Now, I will refrain from putting I was saying the websites, but I will not do that. Allow me to restart this quote without putting anything in between what the minister has said. Quote, "You are seeing now that we're leading up to war again. You need to really look at other media on your internet other than CNN and the corporate controlled media of America. Try Russian television, Chinese television. Try Saudi Arabian news service Al Jazeera. Try Iranian news service Press TV. All of these stations will give you the same facts, but another viewpoint." End quote. Again, that's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, Part 14 of The Time and What Must Be Done. This was delivered April 13, 2013. We'll put the link to that in the chat, and we invite you to enjoy the whole series. Why did I say that? Because of this. We have learned today, according to news reports, that this sister, a Black woman, has made history yet again. But let me, Charlene, I'm so excited. Let me just get to it. Okay, here she is. How many of you have heard of Sister Candace Owens? She is a podcaster, um, an avid researcher, and this is what I learned today, according to media reports. Breaking news: 3.6 million daily downloads. Candace Owens, number one podcast in the world. Media gatekeepers are finished. I have further information in terms of why this has happened without going too far into it. Pretty much, Sister has been bringing the truth, bringing news and information, challenging the mainstream media on a plethora of information. We're going to be coming, God willing, back at a later time to talk about how Sister Candace Owens has done this and why it is so significant. But what I will say today to suffice it, because what I desire to have to read from my finger, I just don't have it to put it on right now, is that it's unprecedented as well. This is a young Black woman, and there are others like her who have been challenging the national, as we say, some say mainstream, but AKA legacy media, in terms of how our communities, but the whole entire world is portrayed. There's a changing of the guard, a shift in the paradigm. But I will suffice that to say, you can, of course, it's out there. You can look for your own. But again, the highlight for me right now, and we will come back, God willing, and do a more extensive analysis of this. How does a young Black woman, without the bells and whistles of all of the support, all of the power that the mainstream media has, do this? And there's a reason for that. And so, um, at the end of the day, 3.6 million daily downloads. Candace Owens, number one podcast in the world. Media gatekeepers are finished. We will have this analyzed. I pray I will not say the guest that I would like to come on and do this, a scholar who is has been paying attention to this and can speak to this. But I just wanted to say that and say, may God um, protect and keep you, Sister Candace Owens. And I bring that up because as a Black woman in media myself, just I understand the challenges that we go through as women and what we try to do. But this is not about me as a Black woman in media. It's about the bigger picture. And the bigger picture of that is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has already stated and given guidance on how we can receive our news and information. And the key is the truth, the truth, the truth, and justice. And so you really can't get to that if you're not speaking truth. And so, how does she do it? I salute you, Sister Candace Owens, and that is the end of the Justice Report. I will transition to bring in Sister Tamara Muhammad, and then we will bring in Brother Arvence Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Tamara.
Walaikum salam, sister.
How are you doing?
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for
Well,
having me again and again and again. I thank
you're welcome.
yes, I thank
Oh
you
no,
for
go
what
ahead.
you do. I said I thank you for all that you do. Very much so in your hard work. Yes, and we work together from
Yes,
the beginning of my start. So I thank you for covering a topic at a time that was very hard to cover, and we were talking about COVID back in the day. Yes, so I thank you for that.
yes, ma'am. Well, all praise is due to Allah because He saw fit to utilize us both, and still does. I just thank Allah for the opportunity to do that. You know, one of the things that I do not want, I want to focus on before we go a bit further is Sister Student Minister, Dr. Ava Muhammad, a Star of God, who, birth anniversary was on Sunday, November 9th. And so, in the near future, very near future, God willing, we will be, I pray, endeavoring to have a tribute to her from Liberated Sisters. But Sister Tamara, I want to ask you, um, what about student minister Dr. Ava Muhammad inspired you and your reflection on her? And I really would be remiss if I didn't say this, because it's on my heart. I don't want to say remiss. Um, I just want to express some truth. Like when I look at Sister Candace Owens and her defense of truth, I really do think about student minister Dr. Ava Muhammad, because this is such a defender. I mean, of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm getting choked up thinking about it. I just go ahead, Sister Tamara. Your reflections on Minister Ava.
That's a hard one, Sister Charlene, to spring. I would say if we all just reflect on just the minister words and his endearing words towards Sister Dr. Ava, even at her janaza, as I recall, he said there was a hole missing in his heart, with her transition. And then he pointed at her and he said, "No one loved me like Ava." So as I reflect on that, as a prompt too, I would say if no one loves him like Ava, and he also said the devil didn't get her. He said that. And he also on many occasions have also said, called her the best. When you talk about her defense or the best minister. So as a young woman in the ranks growing up, looking at our dear sister who is missed, but the work that she has left us, the books behind me, the many things, I would say with those words that the minister spoke about our sister, anyone should want to know, what did she do to reach that level? Should we pattern ourselves? If we say we follow the man of God and that we love him, should we not look at Dr. Ava, who no one loved him like her? So, got it. And I remember being on her show and the beautiful accolades. And then just personally, as she touched me in the time of COVID, when no one would touch the story. You touched it, Sister Charlene. And I was speaking loud against the test, the COVID test. And Dr. Ava followed up with an article that vindicated everything that I had said. And she gave me a personal story, how the article went all the way to the council and it was deliberated on. But the minister had the last words and said, "Print it." That's about it. Thank you, Sister Charlene.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. I would just say that, we will have a tribute show, God willing, coming up soon, and we will you all to stay tuned for that. I really wanted to pull some of, as you were speaking, and I was reflecting at the same time, again, the similarities for me between student minister Dr. Ava Muhammad, or Minister Dr. Ava Muhammad, a star of God, and our beloved Sister Candace Owens, fearless, Minister Ava. And I didn't intend for this to be like that kind of thing. It just happened that the news broke today about Sister Candace, and but Minister Ava did not hold any punches. when it came to truth, and the representative of truth in our midst today at the highest level is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and she was unwavering, Minister Ava, and staunch defender, and just poised and eloquent, and did it well and does it well because her work lives on. So I will let us transition to our dear beloved brother who is here to give us an update on his interactions with the will. And so, should I find, put my hands on, because it's here, it's right here in my computer, but it escapes me now because I did the plan, the prep, what I wanted to share, just a few lines of it, then we will do that. But actually, y'all probably, those who are interested, may have it already and could read it to me. So enough said on that. And when I say it, I'm talking about more about just to the news about what Sister Candace has been talking about and why she has broken the world legacy legacy media record. And part of that, again, no producer, a lot of just a young Black woman. And but we'll get into that. We'll get into that. We will get into the analysis of that with those who do that for us. Thank you, inshallah. So here, I really need you to rescue me sometime. Let's bring him in. Brother Arvence, are you ready? Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Arvence.
Well, like salam, how are you all?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So much happening, and pray to Allah that He blesses me and us to get through it. And I pray that He uses the words that come out of my mouth and my spirit.
So much
I pray that
happening.
He blesses me to be.
Uh,
I pray that He blesses me to be a stronger bear with.
yes, and thank you for that. Sister Tamara, I don't know, you missed. We had our prayer, but before the show, but, I'm not sure if you know Brother Arvence. Brother Arvence meets Sister Tamara.
Thank you, Sister Tamara.
Walaikum
Yeah,
salam.
our special co-host. We didn't, So Sister Brother Arvence, we would like to ask you to give us your opening remarks, and then dive right into your update that you have for us on your interactions with the Wills. And for those of you who have not seen his last interview with us, I did, and it would have been great to perhaps maybe run a clip of that, but it's on my YouTube channel and it's certainly on Closing the Gap. You can watch it. So this is an update. But there have been some still studying, what you gave. Tamara, do
So
you
am
have a question for
I.
him? He's going to give his opening remarks. How about we just go? Here you go, Brother Arvence, your opening remarks, and then just get right into your update. But really, actually, Tamara, before he does that, do you want to pose an initial question to him? Because let me tell you, I'm not sure if you saw the last one, but you may have others. So I want you to get one in right now.
I not necessarily a question, but I did do my research. I did watch it, Sister Charlene, the last one. And I would say that it's an honor and a privilege, and it's exciting to hear you talk about the Wills. I am a fourth generation Muslim, and I lived in a time where I was mocked as well. It was taboo. And even my mother, we were as a young adult, I was told by many, by wearing this headpiece, you all believe in flying saucers, And my rebuttal to that was, you believe in Santa Claus, or the Easter Bunny. But it was so mocked. And to hear you talk about it with so much conviction is also liberating, what a time to be in where we can actually say they exist, So I'm beyond excited, and I thank you. I thank you for your work, and what a time. So it gives gratitude to even my great grandmother and my grandmother to say, look at this, look what we're talking about. We're talking about the Wills. So praise be to Allah.
So we stand on.
Thank you so much, Sister Tamara. Brother Arvence, your opening remarks.
Yes, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. And thank you to the Closing the Gap broadcast. Thank you, Sister Charlene. Thank you, Sister Tamara. I just pray to Allah that He blesses me to speak clearly, fearlessly, and I thank Allah for this whole entire experience ever since I was 5 years old. And it's only been ramping up. Ever since our last interview on October 23rd, so much more has happened in a very short amount of time that no one knows about, just only a small few of us. So, inshallah, with you all's help and with Allah's help, I would like to read it out. I typed it all out so I don't miss everything. So,
All
um,
right, fire away, and thank you.
October 20, yes, yes, ma'am. So,
You got it.
so October 23rd was the last interview that we had. And 3 days later, on October 26th, that was a Sunday, I was blessed to greet the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He greeted me back, returned the greetings. Then a few minutes passed, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan looked at me and another brother, and he called us both his ministers. And I was like, I don't know if he's seen the interview or not. I don't know. I hadn't sent it to him, but
Wait, brother. Pardon me. Did you
yes,
catch
ma'am.
that? You said he called you and another brother his ministers.
Yes.
Go
So that
ahead.
was a blessing. I was shocked. That was and so that was the beginning of everything that I'm about to get into, right? So
Okay.
he called us
Okay.
his ministers. He called us his ministers, and then Sunday night, everything started. The baby plane started coming to his home at night. So I wrote down everything. Um, the first baby plane arrived Sunday night, October 26, 2025. Pardon me, at 7:56 p.m. Two white balls of light appear over the farm. The first baby plane appeared over the minister's home, traveling eastbound until it was out of sight. The second baby plane appeared over the track area and slowly traveled southbound while brightening up very bright white. Then it dimmed out after I saluted them. I saluted both angels on the baby plane. At 8:04 p.m., a bright white ball of light appears over the front gate in the sky and flashed on and off and never came back on. I saluted the angels on the baby. 8:07 p.m. A bright white ball of light appears over the track. 8:09 p.m. Three baby planes appear. The first two were white balls of light appearing over the minister's home. One traveled eastbound and the other traveled southbound. While watching the two baby planes, a bright white ball of light flashed on and off twice near the minister's home. Then the flash of light appeared again as a dim white baby plane traveling northbound. Then it quickly dimmed out. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. At 8:12 p.m., two white balls of light appeared over the guard booth. One traveled eastbound, and the second baby plane traveled southbound. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. 8:14 p.m. A white ball of light appears on the north side of the minister's home and slowly travels southbound across the farm. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. 8:16 p.m. One white ball of light appeared over the minister's home and traveled southbound. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. There's a lot. There's more. 8:19 p.m. Two white balls of light appear over the minister's home. One traveled eastbound and the second one traveled southbound. I saluted the angels on the baby planes. 8:21 p.m. One white ball of light appears on the north side of the farm near the minister's home and brightens up as it arrives to the farm. The baby plane dimmed out quickly as it arrived to the minister's home. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. 8:23 p.m. Three white balls of light appear over the minister's home in a huge triangle formation. All three traveled eastbound. As the baby planes crossed over the track area, two baby planes faded out and one was still lit up. Seconds later, all three were gone. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. 8:26 p.m. One white ball of light appears over the minister's home and slowly traveled eastbound, then disappeared over the garden. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. 8:30 p.m. A white ball of light appears over the minister's home and slowly traveled eastbound. The baby plane disappeared over the guard booth as the light shut off. 8:34 p.m. One white ball of light appears over the minister's home and traveled eastbound. The baby plane soon disappeared over the guard. 8:37 p.m. Two white balls of light appeared. One traveled northbound to the minister's home and disappeared over his home. The second baby plane traveled eastbound from the north side of the minister's home and disappeared over the guard booth. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. 8:40 p.m. One bright white baby plane appears over the minister's home and traveled eastbound, then disappeared over the pool area. 8:41 p.m. A bright white flash of light shut on and off over the minister's home without moving. The baby plane's light never came back on. 8:42 p.m. A white ball of light appears over the minister's home and traveled eastbound, then quickly disappeared. So everything that I just read, that was a total of 25 baby planes in one night. And that one sighting lasted 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Tamara, I'm sorry, I just opened the camera. You said 1 hour.
In 18 minutes.
I'm sorry.
In 18 minutes.
1 hour and 18 minutes.
Yes.
Did you have more before we get into questions about that?
I have a lot more, but we can go through questions first because there's
Okay.
a whole lot more.
Okay. Yeah, no, thank you for that. I understand. Angelita Muhammad says, wow, want to give you some love, light, and energy from the people. What a beautiful, humble brother. Beautiful. Okay, we're not gonna go into that part. Brother Art, oh, here's Sister Tamara. Brother Arvence, what do you make of this? The increase in interaction, and as you said to us before, but even with this, because when I heard from you on the update, I was like, Sister Angelita, wow, how are you interpreting or receiving this to mean? Have you um do you feel that you've gotten some of why there's so much? Because sometimes you've shared, what you did receive, and I won't say concluded, but
Mhm.
yeah, I think I made the question. Go ahead.
Well, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me once when I gave him the report of the baby planes coming to his farm, coming to his home one night, he told me, he said, I got the message. And then
Mm,
he said, at this one particular time, there were a lot, like all of that I just read out.
yes, sir.
They do that a lot. They do that a lot. Every now and then, they do that a lot. So when the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me, he said, when you see that many baby planes come to the farm at once like that, he said that means that the enemy is playing us.
Mm,
So as I'm watching this and documenting it, because I have to give it to him, I'm keeping in the back of my mind, what is
mm.
somebody about to do? I don't know who you are, but you know, when
Wow.
you come, or they come, whenever it happens,
Yeah.
Allah has something for them all. So,
Right. So when you see that much activity there, it's like red alert on the ground, if you will.
so it's almost like a coded message.
Mm,
When you watch them, they do certain things. I've seen their movements in the sky become very aggressive over the minister's home
mm.
and shining sharp patterns of almost in like a mayday pattern. I've seen it,
Wow.
particularly around the time of the janazah of Brother Jabril, Minister Jabril, may Allah be pleased.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, so they've done that before, but most of the times they hang around, they dim out, a light comes on, get big, bright, just shuts off. Sometimes they just fly right over minister's home so fast. If you blink, you never see 'em. I mean, I don't know how many thousands of miles an hour that is, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
extremely fast, several times. So
Thank
it's
you. Thank
yes, ma'am.
you.
I'm starting to pay attention to the coded messaging on this because I've been watching this since I was 5 years old. So at a certain point, I know I see them. Okay, now what?
Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to go deeper. I know there's something deeper. If you come from the Lord of the world, there has to be something deeper.
Right.
I know there's something deeper. I want that. What is it that you have to share with us? I want that. I want to be a
Yes.
part of that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We want in on that, and I like what you're saying. It's like, now what? What's the next thing since you're at that level of knowing? What's next? Sister Tamara?
In your last interview, you had talked about we have to get to a level of belief to knowing. What do that process actually looks like? And how do we be patient with ourselves by the time we get there? Like,
Yes.
mhm.
The process, what it looks like is first looking at yourself in the mirror. It's all about you and Allah. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're not trying to sound smart or sound like anything. You're not trying to please anyone but Allah and His Messenger, right? So getting to that level of, as you're a believer, you want to get to the level of knowing. Studying is key first. Studying lays the base of all of that. Without the foundation, you can't do anything. You have no foundation. The foundation is the life giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah. So studying that constantly, and as you live life and see things, you say, "Oh man, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad wrote about that in the '60s. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that at Savior's Day in the '70s, and we're in the 2000s now, and everything is happening. You can't deny what you see in your time while you're alive. You can't deny it. You can't deny it. It's real. It's reality. Allah is the only reality. So everything that He says that He's gonna do, it has to happen whether we live to see it or not. It's going to happen. It has to happen. So we have to keep that in our minds and know that Allah is not a liar. His messenger is not a liar. It's impossible for them to lie. So having faith in them, knowing that they would never lead you astray, knowing that they would never tell a lie to you, knowing that they would never lead you the wrong way, trick you or anything like that, like any other person would basically. You have to keep that in your mind and just be patient. Patience is key as well because we can become impatient with Allah and His messenger and turn away from the door after when we get there, not even knowing that we're there. And we will get impatient and just turn away. You have to practice patience. If you don't have it, pray and practice patience. All of that is part of the foundation, really. There's different levels. So all of that is part of the foundation. The Life Giving Teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad has been around since the 30s. We're blessed to have the original documentations from the 30s all the way up until now. So we have so much to go off of. We have so many books and writings and videotapes and audio tapes of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, as well as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, as well as great student ministers in the Nation of Islam who can inspire us and remind us of this and help us out in our different levels of development.
Thank you a lot. Any follow-up, Sister Tamara, before I go to the chat for questions?
Yes, I would say, listen to you, brother, and you say, and being a generational Muslim, I would say that definitely in this time, Allah is giving all of us no opportunity to deny Him. You know, we know who killed Malcolm X. You
Right.
know, we can't be accused of that. The mother planes are, the average person sees them and reports that. So we live in a time where there is, so we talk about that open book, you said the books are here. We talk about that open book quiz or tests that's to come. It's all been revealed to us. So that's really like the open book. So it's a matter of, do we actually even believe irregardless? Because it's so easy now to say that we know or that we believe when everything is being right here presented in front of us. So I think we're all at a point, everyone will have no choice but you cannot deny him, because it's all being, as you said, revealed to us, everything that they said. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both. We have some questions coming through. If we could take those now, Brother Arvence, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. That's
And
fine.
then we'll go to your next set. Okay. Well, first, yeah, let's get to the questions, and then we'll show some of you all's comments for our brother and the panel. Okay. Sister Angelita Muhammad, was 25 the most you've seen in one night?
No. Absolutely not.
Oh my goodness.
The the most I've seen in one night, ooh, there was two times. One time it was actually winter time, and I was outside watching the baby planes. Actually, I was looking for them and asking for them to come. Clear night. It was cold outside. I walk outside. I was getting ready to go into another building. Something tells me to look up. I look up, and over the track area, two white balls of light just appear and slowly brighten up side by side in the sky. And then they started moving, going northbound. And I already knew who that was. So I'm like, Allahu Akbar. So that attention, I saluted the angels. And I ran out to get a better look. The lights disappeared over the trees. I said, Allahu Akbar. Now I'm looking for more. Pardon me. Now I'm looking for more. I'm looking for more baby planes. And while I'm looking for more baby planes, something tells me to look up again for a second time. When I look up again, directly over my head, high in the sky, very high in the sky, a cluster appeared. And like a cluster, you see a picture of a cluster of stars in the galaxy. It
Yes.
looked like that. There were so many bunched up together. And this cluster, it wasn't a straight line, it was a cluster. It was like a cluster. And it went all the way across the night sky, going southbound. And it
Mm.
started over my head. And the whole cluster lit up over my head. The rest of them lit up going southbound. The whole cluster sat there as one big, huge, I don't know what you call it, one big, huge formation in the sky, all the way across the southern sky. It sat there, and then the whole thing started moving northbound. And I already knew who they were. So I called the minister house. I said, tell the minister, hurry up. This was 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. I said, tell the minister, hurry up. The baby plane's outside. It's, as a live my witness, it had to be thousands of them because I tried to count the very tip of it and I couldn't count how many it was. It was that many just at the very tip of it. And I had the rest of the sky to go. So I said, forget it. That's at least 1,000. I just know it. So
You
the
rounded
minister,
up.
I heard the minister say on the phone in the background, he said, what? I just prayed to Allah my prayers this morning to send me some. I'm coming outside. I was like, what? You coming outside?
Oh, Allahu Akbar.
No, so I'm looking up in the sky and the whole sky goes dark. All of the baby things just disappeared. They didn't shoot off, they just vanished right in front of my face. Then I hear the minister's voice outside. He said, where's my babies? Where's my babies? I ran over to him. I said, Brother Minister, they were over there and they went all the way down that way. And I'm just describing everything to him what I described to you all. And he said, well, he said, I just prayed to Allah to send me some. And so he said, hopefully they come back. I said, Inshallah, Brother Minister. So now I'm standing next to the minister outside, and it's just me and him outside. We're looking at the sky, waiting for them to come back. So it was cold. The minister said, I don't want to get sick. I'm going to go back inside. I said, yes, sir, Brother Minister. He went inside, and that was that. So another night, I'm outside looking for baby planes at night. Something tells me to turn around and look at the minister's home in the sky. I look at the minister's home in the sky and these white balls of light. Like a necklace full of pearls, how a necklace full of pearls look if you take it off and just hang it and they're
Yes.
just all the way down. Just
Yeah.
imagine that. Just imagine a necklace full of pearls for miles long, just miles, miles and miles and miles long. They appeared. Now, this line didn't arrive to the minister's home. They appeared on top of his home, coming out. It looked like they were coming out of something, but I couldn't see what it was.
Wow.
They were coming out one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Just they kept going. They kept going. Kept going. They
Wow.
kept going. I stopped counting at 50, and it kept going. So that was at least 200, and that's probably a low number, at
Oh,
least. And that happened several times at the farm.
I have a question. Thank you for that, Sister Tamara. I'm sorry, I was supposed to give you a heads up. My bad, Brother Arvence. I think I had sent something to you like that too, as well. And Dr. Ridgely, Muhammad, manager of Muhammad Farms, talked about that. But what people have, some have attributed that to the Starlink. Well, I don't want to. I'm
Right.
saying that I shouldn't say that. But some people have attributed. Well, yeah, that's what I mean, because I've
Hmm.
seen that as well. And yes, uh, people have given that credit or tried to credit Elon Musk and this
Right.
Starlink with that. What do you go ahead, talk about it.
Yeah. Starlink does exist, but Starlink started in 2017. These baby planes in the mothership, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad started, they launched into orbit from planet Earth in 1929. I don't think Elon Musk was born in 1929 to even think about a satellite or anything like that. So, yes, Starlink exists, but Starlink, that's a link of satellites. Satellites are in space orbiting the planet.
Mm,
Satellites don't fly around in the orbit, in the skies, through the clouds and stuff like that. They don't. So, everything that I'm looking at, I know it's 20,000 feet, 30,000 feet, 35,000 feet, sometimes 10,000 feet. Every now and then, 3,000 feet low to the ground. They
low.
come down in low sometimes, yes. Wherever I am, I see them at different heights. So satellites, they can't fly on their own. They don't have any intelligence. They can't flash bright lights and stop in the sky like I've seen them do at the farm. They come in pairs, come into the minister's home and stop over his home and stop right there. And if you turn your head and look, you would swear they were stars, but they're not. I saw them arrive like that and stop. So if a satellite comes into the Earth's orbit, that means it's crashing. They can't fly around like an airplane or a helicopter or these baby planes. So yes, Starlink does exist, but what we're talking about and what we see, those are not satellites. Those are not satellites. These are intelligence, intelligence pilots that are piloting these ships, what you call UFOs. They're not unidentified. We knew who they were. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad would deal with who they were. The FBI know this. The CIA, they know this. The government of the United States of America, they know this already. They're not going to tell you the truth. If they tell you the truth, then they have to point you to the Nation of Islam. They don't want to do that. They spent years trying to kill the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and trying to kill the uh, the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Why would they send the people to learn from them? They want you dead. They want us dead. So I mean, satellites do exist, but what we're talking about and what we see in the skies, those are not satellites.
Thank you, brother. And Sister Tamara, I'll bring you into to get your comment on that. What brother shared before we get some more questions. Oh,
Apologize, I was muted. I'm sorry.
no worries. Any thoughts on what brother shared just now before we get another question in?
Well, the whole agenda is just so nice that you talk about the planes in a friendly kind of way. Let me say that.
Yeah.
Um, as you know, definitely for our protection, and that we should not be afraid of them. It's so nice because I can only reflect again as a child, hearing about them, hearing about my grandmother, my grandparents, my parents speaking about them. And it was always a dreadful moment, to be honest with you. Even as a child, I had this feeling inside me as I was listening as a child. My thought was, can I just go outside and ride my bike one more time before this happens? So my mother's laughing right now. We had a similar experience. And so it's really nice to hear you talk about it with just they're friendly, they're not just a warplane, so it's also
Right.
a savior there, or a place of protection. So I would say the agenda to always have us not see the correlation, or the between us and the planes. That agenda has always been real and always going to be there, and that's what you just spoke of. And if we can just count all the way back to they start making these flying saucer movies, right, where back in the 40s and the 50s, that whole agenda started, and the aliens, to keep us away from this divine thing that's actually a savior for us, the indigenous people, black people, just overall righteous people. So that's really here to speak of that. So part of that agenda also makes me reflect on how they have taken this slavery out of the schools, that's so-called Black history out of the schools. And when I first heard about it, I thought about, okay, they're only doing that is because they don't want, because the world is awake today. All praise be to Allah.
Mhm.
They don't want us to point to who are the real people, who's the real apple of God's eye, the real chosen people, because that
Mhm.
history totally outlines, you know, uh, us here, right? And then we can also correlate the reality of these wheels as well, of God and all of that, to all of that being there, especially since they're so visible. So that's just really, so of course the agenda's there. That's all. Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Brother Arvence, I will put your channel there now. After a few questions, before you go to your next set of
Yes.
data, perhaps we can show some of the interactions, the videos you have on the announcement channel. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I like what you just both shared. Angelita Muhammad says, I've seen baby planes and Starlink, and I could tell the difference immediately. My question, Raheem, my question for brother is, what do you think your connection with the wheels is? We'll ask the second one after that. So what do you think your connection with the wheels is?
I'm still learning. I pretty much know the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me. I didn't find it out on my own. He told me that they come to me first when they have a message for him, and I didn't know that was happening. So once he told me that, I started taking that more seriously, as though I'm not just one that sees them. There's something else going on. And whatever reason they chose me, I don't know. I can pick thousands of believers that should have been chosen before me, but I thank Allah, and I know that I'm not going to be quiet about it. I bear witness. I studied the life-giving seeds of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, just as we all do. So when you see this happening in real life, this is the scriptures jumping out of the book, and it's happening. You can't. That strengthens your faith. Everything the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan ever said is happening right in front of your face. That strengthens your faith. It makes you happy. It makes you stronger. Now you can repeat it with even more conviction, because I'm not just a believer anymore. I know I've seen it several times. I know what I'm talking about. I know he's telling the truth. I know it, and I can prove it. So I think my connection to the wheels is to fulfill an assignment that Allah and His Messenger obviously have for me, and I thank Allah for that. Again, why I was chosen for this, I can't pinpoint it, but I just thank Allah, and I just want to grow in it more and more and more. And I think my will to do it, and my will to submit to the process, and to submit to Allah and His angels in this matter, that helps a lot, because you have to give Allah something to work with.
Yes, sir. Next question from him. Perhaps one of the angels pilots might be a not so distant relative who's been blessed to become a pilot. You related?
Who knows?
He
Who
said,
knows? Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan asked me one time. He said, "Have you seen any wheels lately?" And I let him say, yes, sir, brother minister. I start telling him about everything that happened last night and the night before. I said, boy, you are very special. He said, I'm surprised they ain't take you away yet. I said, brother minister, they here for you. He said, they didn't give you no ride yet. I said, no, sir, not the number.
You said for you. I'm sorry. I wanted to. I was off um camera, but when I loved how you expressed I felt the minister's energy when you expressed that he was like, "Where's my babies?" Oh, I mean, I could just can
Yeah.
imagine the smile, and that's beautiful when he's so pleased. But go ahead, brother Arvitz. That was
Yeah.
it.
So, I mean, that was it. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, no. It's not to cut you. I just wanted to make sure you were finished your point. I kind of jumped in there.
Yes, ma'am. That was it on that point.
Okay, Sister Tamara, anything? We're going to the next.
I would just like to say, is there a collaboration coming soon with Brother Iliad Richard?
Yes, actually. Myself, brother Ilya Rashad, and sister Charlene and brother Sultan, we actually held a podcast like this, and it's on Liberated Sisters and Closing the Gap. And brother Ilya Rashad, myself and him, he constantly tells me he wants to interview me for his next documentary. So we're gonna do it. It's just he's always busy, I'm always busy. We have to find time to meet and get it done. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Peaceful.
It's gonna happen.
I'll say to the last question, Brother Raheem. Brother Hilliard Richard has definitely called my son, who is a commercial pilot, as one of the next pilots for the baby boys.
Oh, I believe.
Praise, praise be to Allah. Wow. Sister Tamara, you stay ready too. I want you right there. And just, feel free to, not necessarily wait till I come to you because I'm enjoying your questions. You all are coming with it. Thank you again. You're listening. I'm so used to my background in broadcast has been uh, radio. So I said, you're listening to, and also the Final Call Radio, which is, that just hit my head. By the way, let me just say this: subscribe to the Final Call Radio, finalcallradio.com, and hopefully we'll have some more announcements. But that's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, 24/7 music, his excerpts from his messages, and more, right? You all, and more. Finalcallradio.com. And so now, there's another question here. My question, Brian, we got you. Faith. Hold on. Okay, got it. Brother Arvence, how has your personal relationship with the angels grown?
It's grown through prayer, it's grown through patience, it's grown through paying attention to the way that they reach out to me.
Mm.
And that's a ringing in the ear, a bodily sensation, a thought that comes to my mind says to look over here, and all of a sudden they appear at that spot and do whatever they want to do. Over the years, I've found out that that's them reaching out to you. Mother Tynetta also said that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that anytime you get a ringing in your ear, that means that's him trying to reach out to you or one of the angels trying to reach out to you. So submitting to the process, you're not going to get it overnight. It's a lot to deal with. I mean, just think about the wisdom of the Supreme Being. You can't get all of that in one night or just 5 or 10 years. It takes time. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said it's time that brings things on. So my relationship with them has grown over time from 5 years old up until now. That's my whole life. And, it's just paying attention to the different levels that they can bring you up to if you allow them, if you submit to the process. So my relationship with these angels, the growth is I have no control over it. I really don't. Nowadays I don't know what's gonna happen next. I will see baby planes. I'm documenting, they know I'm gonna document it and pass it to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but then many times when I go to sleep after watching them arrive to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's home, a so-called dream or a vision happens and the experience continues with something else, with a deeper message, and they have to figure that out and pass it to the minister. So there's a lot of different pieces to this big, huge puzzle, and the puzzle grows. You put pieces to the puzzle. Usually, you have a puzzle. You put pieces together. You're halfway done. Then you complete it, and now you see what the picture is. But when the picture is constantly growing, there's more pieces being created. You can't exhaust the knowledge and wisdom of Allah. So, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said that these angels on these wheels, these baby planes, what people call UFO, he said the only thing that they know is perfect obedience to Allah. So they're angels. They can't disobey. They don't know how. They weren't made like that. They weren't created like that. So anytime they reach out to you, that's the will of Allah. You have to keep that in mind and roll with the flow. It may shake you at first. You may get scared at first. You may get nervous, but do your best to calm yourself and just accept what's coming to you because it's for your benefit.
Okay, Sister Tamara, I'm gonna bring you in. I'm not sure if you can bear witness, Brother Arvence, I bear witness to that. You just really helped. What when you would get that way,
Mhm.
how would you calm yourself? I know we have the refuge prayer, and that's what 7 times a day. I'm just saying, like, okay, let me ask it this way. In our last um dialogue, if you will, but interview, you mentioned that just it takes time. The thought escaped me because I'm really, really focused on what you just said in terms of, oh, that's right. Here's the thought. And thank you all for being patient with me. You said you were so drained after one interaction, at the forum. You were just so drained. You just like felt like I forgot, but you just said you were just so drained. Can you repeat what you said in terms of the energy and you were just so drained?
Yes. So every time I see the angels arrive, it boosts my energy. They give you so much energy that you can't really get from anyone else other than Allah and His message and truth. So
That's right.
when I have visions, when I have visions, I can feel that I'm somewhere else. Where I don't know, but
Mm,
the vision is so thick and so packed full of so much information and revelation, and I have to piece it together and figure out what I'm being told
mhm,
and figure out, is this a message for the minister? Is this a warning? I type it out and give it to him. He said he get messages. I don't know what the messages are unless he tell me. I never asked. That's none of my business. That's between him and Allah. I can't be nosy like that.
right.
And so, I mean, I stay in my lane. It's just do what I need to do and give it to him, and that's it. If he brings me in and tell me something, all praise is due to Allah. But
Thank
sometimes, yeah, sometimes when I have these visions, when I come out of it, that's when I'm extremely drained. And that's another part of the communication part because I found out that when I'm drained like that, I feel like I haven't slept for 7 days straight. Imagine working your 9 to 5 job, but it's not 9 to 5, it's 9 to 9 for 7 days straight. Can you imagine how tired you would be? Drained like that, like hard labor
yeah.
drained. That's the way I feel. So I noticed that I
Mm,
only felt like that when I have these serious visions about the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, about the honorable Minister Louis
mm,
Farrakhan, about Allah who came in the person of Master Father, whom I praise and do forever. And so
mhm,
that lets me know this is coming from the angels, and I have to remember it, write it down, and pass it on. And that's it.
mhm.
So that's the
Wow.
only time that I really, really, really get trained like that.
Wow. Wow. About does it take you a minute to decompress and to rev up
Yes.
again? Uh,
Yes, it takes a long
really?
time. One,
Wow.
yes, one time it took me about 2 days.
Mm,
When I came out of it, it took me 2 days. I remember I got up out of my bed. I was actually stumbling, trying not to fall because I was drained and I felt dizzy. I was like, I mean, everything was cloudy. It was that much information and that much energy. So I mean, it reminds me of the time the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us at the farm. He said, "When I get up on the rostrum, he said a lot jumps into me with so much energy. That's where all of the information is coming from that you hear. That's why I don't need notes. You're my notes. And he said, when I get down from the rostrum, that's when I feel the human side and I'm drained. And that's when I feel out of it. And we see that all the time. We see that all the time. Like at Savior's Day, he's all this energy and it's nonstop. Sometimes someone would have to pass him a note, you've been speaking for this long. And he said, oh, I gotta stop. It's been 4 hours. I'm sorry. And he's apologizing to us, but we're sitting there like, I'm here for it all. So, I
Hey,
mean, we've seen the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan come off of the rostrum and
mm,
he gets in the car and he is like he's so drained when he get out of the car. He's so drained. He's out of it. It's like many times we have to help him up out of the car because he's out of it. There's no energy left. He's out of it. It's that much was poured into him from the Lord of the Worlds during that time. It's like he's just so drained. I don't even know how many times I could say he's drained. If you can see what we saw, some of you may come to tears because he works himself to the bone marrow, not to the bone. He works himself to the bone marrow. And when he gets done working, it's like he's just out of it, completely out of it. He's just so drained of energy. But Allah revives it and gives him his rest. And I mean, when you have someone like that completely puts their whole entire life and everything that they could ever give on the line for you, not themselves, not making no reputation of themselves, not making a big I little you. It's all about you. It's all about us. I mean, who mortgages their home twice to give you something and not themselves? I don't know anybody besides the Honorable Minister Sparkman that's done it. They even thought about doing it. I mean, the level of sacrifice that he and his family and the Muhammad family makes is priceless. It's priceless. It's priceless.
I apologize. I'm popping in and out. Come on, Sister Tamara. I didn't want to interrupt your communication, but I was coming in to say teach, of course, like I think moving on. Thank you for that, Brother Arvence. Thank you. There's no one else. Who else? No one else. Except the one who had done it already. The other question is, do you find yourself communicating with them without seeing the wills?
It's happened before a couple of times. How can I explain it?
Mm.
It's happened. It's happened in ways that when I have an experience, I see baby planes or I have a vision. After I'm done having it, that same night or the next night, someone will tell me something or send me a text or call me or they see me in person and they say something that's directly related to what I experienced. And then another person does the same thing, then another person. And I'm like, wait a minute, because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me, he said, when you hear two or more people telling you the same thing or similar, he said, that's Allah trying to guide you. I said, yes, sir. And so I pieced it together. I said, I know these angels know what they're saying. It must be them saying it through them. Because how can they say the exact same thing, all of these different people, and they know to come to me and tell me that at the same time that I just experienced that, and they don't even know what I experienced. So they've done that, and they've actually done it recently, and I actually wrote it down. I think I'll get into it, but yeah, they've actually done it recently. I've seen. Let me describe this one time. Oh, so Allah blessed me to get into the waltz class. So I'm blessed. I'm on the waltz team. We were in practicing for a performance that we had coming up. I left practice. I came to the farm because I had to be at the farm for a few days. While I'm outside at night looking for baby planes, I started doing the waltz dance outside underneath the stars, practicing the routine. And when I started doing the waltz dance, the baby planes started arriving quicker, like showing brighter lights as though they approve of what I'm doing. They like the waltz dance. It came from Allah. Allah gave it to us. They liked it. So I didn't know that they liked it, but I found out that they liked the waltz dance. So 2 nights in a row, I'm practicing outside at night underneath the stars, and the baby planes just kept coming. It kept coming. Every time that I practiced, they kept coming. When I didn't practice, they didn't come. And so one night at the farm, I went to sleep and I had a dream about me practicing the waltz dance at the farm. When I woke up, one of the brothers came from outside, came in the house, and he said, "Bro, I just seen two baby planes." I said, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yeah, just now." And I said, "Whoa," because in my so-called dream, I was practicing the waltz dance and two baby planes came in the so-called dream. So how did he know to tell me two baby planes? That's what he saw outside when I was so-called asleep. Well, I was asleep, but when I was having this vision while I was asleep, and he didn't know it. And tears started coming out of my eyes because that's when I realized they can talk to you without you seeing it. They have that ability. So I've had
Oh my.
several experiences where I was blessed to communicate with them without seeing them. And it's that's something that they do. If you're open enough, you can receive it. If you pay attention, you can figure out what's going on. But they
Mhm,
control all of that. Who sees them? If you don't see them, if you can take pictures of video, whenever, a
mhm.
vision, in person, everything. They control all of
Wow, all praises due to Allah. Thank you for that, Sister Tamara. Any question or comment before we go to the next question? Brother Arvence, you sure did. I saw your waltz you were
that. All praise
photographed.
be to Allah.
Look at Brother
Yes,
Arvence. Stand.
man.
You, oh, go ahead, Sister Tamara.
I was going to just say that this is our new normal.
Mm,
Mhm.
Someone that can communicate with the planes, to show to not be afraid, because the campaign was supposed to be afraid, right? To
Right.
be afraid, to be scared and be afraid. So
mm.
our new normal. And I would say, Brother Vince, have you met someone else like yourself?
I'm meeting them slowly but surely.
Mm.
It's coming slowly, not all at once, because there's a lot going on right now with me and the angels and the Honorable Mr. Farrakhan and instructions, and I'm trying to stay on the right course and do what I need to do. There's a whole lot going on. So every now and then, well, actually a lot. A lot of people message me on social media. People that see me in person, they tell me their experiences. They ask me questions. What do you think about that? Did I see one? What do you think this means? I can only give them answers based on the life-giving teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, plus my own experiences, where I can let them know what to do, what this means. And over the years, that's what I found out. This is what the minister told me. He said, when this happens, do that. I just relay those type of messages. And I'm slowly finding out that there are those in our nation who actually can communicate with them. Um, some of the believers' children, especially, they're able to call them and ask them to come, and they come. And I mean, they don't talk about it a lot, but some of the sisters, some of the brothers, it's not a whole lot right now, but I think most of them they're quiet right now. They don't want to talk about it. And that's another thing Allah blessed me to do is to help those who don't have the courage to talk about it, to help them with the courage to talk about it. Because it's the truth. You're not lying. Don't be nervous. Don't be the most honorable the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. They're our example of fearlessness. Stand on the truth. Who cares what you say? Who cares what you think? Who cares what you don't believe? I believe, and now I know. If you can prove the Lord of the world's wrong, then I'll listen to you and I'll pray to you. But until then, you're supposed to have that type of strength because that's the backing that you have. All three of them, Allah, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the honorable Mr. Farrakhan. Who can beat them? No one in the universe. So that strength, you have to have that strength. You have to be bold. And the more bold you are, the more strong you are, that would just grow. That would just grow. And being so bold and being so fearless, be careful because you don't want to become arrogant because it's a thin line. You can become arrogant. You have to stay humble. Make sure you stay humble. When people give you praises, bow, all praise due to Allah, give it to who's supposed to give it. Allah and His Messenger, because you didn't bring the life-giving teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. He did. You didn't teach yourself. Somebody taught you. So just remain humble I remember the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, he talked about how if you're in the ministry, you have to be careful with wanting praise and preaching for applause and praise. He said it, um, if you preach for praise and applause, and if you're self-centered when you're supposed to be teaching and giving, delivering the word and helping to raise people's consciousness, he said, then the nation will die under your leadership if that's the way we're going to act in the ministry class. The ministry class is serious. The ministry class is very serious. So we have to stay on course with what Allah and His Messenger gave us. They're not wrong. It works every time. Just keep trying.
Thank you. Here we come, Sister Tamara. Was there a follow-up? I think I have a question starred. Thank you for that, Brother Arvence. Whoo, producing and hosting is amazing. Y'all are having all the fun. Let's see. Brother Arvence, this is y'all having all fun. I want to ask some questions. Okay, here we go. Brother Arvence, Sister Joy X Rosa, thank you all for tuning in, for your questions, for your comments. Sister Joy X Rosa, Assalamu alaikum, Brother Arvence. On the topic of feeling such heavy energy after such high vibrational encounters, what is self-care like for you? Who is keeping watch on the forum? Well, let's take one question. What is self-care like for you, Brother Arvence? That's what I was really trying to get into. Thank you, sister, for your articulation.
So, yeah, that's a beautiful question. Self-care for me is being patient, praying more, cleaning up more. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, whatever you're doing that's not right, stop it.
Mm.
So paying attention to that, figuring out what am I doing that I can improve on. None of us are perfect. Yeah, I mean, we're striving to stay on the straight path. Something may happen in some of our lives that may knock us off, whatever that is. Get up, dust your shoulders off, and keep going. Get back on it. So self-care for me is diving deeper into this whole experience, diving deeper into the Quran, because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told me that there was a hidden message in the Quran of how many baby planes that I see whenever I see them. The total number is connected to that surah of the Quran. So if I see 25 baby planes tonight, I'm supposed to look in the 25th surah of the Quran and figure out what that's like, what's going on with this experience. I'm supposed to look in the 10th surah if I see 10. If I see 31, what's the 31st surah? If I see 50, what's the 50th surah? Everything is connected to the Lord of the worlds. So self-care for me is diving deeper into that because this is so much energy and so much revelation that you're connected to, that we're all connected to. If you're not careful, you will be spiraling all over the place. And you won't be able to figure out what's going on. You won't be able to tell what's what, who's who. You don't want to get like that because the life-giving teachers of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is not meant to give us chaos in our lives. It's meant to give us peace. It's meant to give us contentment of mind, to know what's going on, to comprehend what's going on. So self-care for me is striving to comprehend, striving to get tighter on my prayers, my studies, striving to understand, just a total deep dive, deep dive. Have you ever done deep research on anything in your life? This is that. That's what self-care is for me. So, I mean, I don't have the desire to quit. I don't have the desire to slow down. I want to just keep going because we have the best examples in front of us. Why not? What's going to happen? Why not? The enemy may attack you. Okay, so what? They don't have long here anyway. Attack me. I'm going to die one day anyway. I'm going to die doing this. I know that, inshallah, all of us. So, I mean, the attacks are coming. They're going to ramp up. Who cares? I mean, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that if you listen to him, he'll have you so smart that they'll be on your pinky finger. And you won't even know that they're there unless you look. I mean, what is that like? I don't think any of us have gotten to that level except for the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I want to get to that level. Attacks and storms, you hear it, but it just bounces off you. You don't feel it at all. That's how strong the law wants to start.
Praise be to Allah. Coming to you too, Sister Tamara. Thank you. And her second question is, who is keeping, quote unquote, who is keeping watch at the farm? Thank you, Sister
Allah
Jamila.
and his angels. Allah and his angels are keeping watch. I see it every night. I mean, when we're traveling with the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan, many nights we see different lights pop on in the sky following us. And the scripture says, wherever the Son of Man went, the wheel went with him. We see it. I don't have to believe in the scripture. I know it. I read it and I see it. I know them. That's what belief to knowing looks like. So who's keeping watch? We do what we can, but we can't stop Satan. If Satan want to kill Brother Arvence, and if Allah allows it, I'm out of here. But the messenger of Allah can't be killed by them. Their time is up. So no matter what they try, it won't work. It only quickens their demise and quickens their destruction and quickens our rise if you allow it to happen to yourself. So who's keeping watch at the farm and who's keeping watch over the Nation of Islam? It's the most powerful human beings in the whole universe that no one can ever do anything to ever, forever, for eternity. This is their nation. That's who's keeping watch on the farm. Allah and the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and his angels, or what people call UFOs.
Mm. Period. Thank you. Okay, let's go. Sister Tamara. Let's take a commentary. Sister Tamara, any question or comment about that? And then we got to get to your other set. And we'll come to some more of your questions. Okay? Sister
Yes, sir.
Tamara?
I just so I want to just thank you for your level and strength of faith and belief, to inspire others to come forward and talk. So I want to thank you for that. And to just know that they should know, as you brought up an hour or two, but all the prophets, you all sit in good company because they were mocked, scorned, and also considered to be crazy. So, for lack of better words. So that alone is enough. So I just want to just thank you so very much. And I sure hope that they are listening. I never thought when I hear you speak, I didn't think that the radio in the head would come across like this, as it is, as it's being taught, as I'm listening to you, talk about your communication, and that they don't have to be present or even seen for you to know that they're there or even communicating. So thank you.
I'm here. So here's a comment. Yeah, I'll go to another question. Well, let's do this. Brother Arvin, Sister Tamara, and I are going to let you continue on with the next set, and everyone will endeavor to get to you before we go. I pray. But go ahead, Brother Arvin. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So the last baby plane arrival that I read on Sunday, October 26th, it happened again on Monday, October 27th, 2025. And it started at 7:44 p.m. So at 7:44 p.m., two white balls of light appear over the minister's home side by side at a distance and began to travel eastbound until they both were out of sight. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. 7:51 p.m. Five baby planes appear all together. Two over the track traveling eastbound, two over the minister's home traveling eastbound, and one white ball of light blinks on and off, then turns red before it's shut off. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. 7:54 p.m. A dim white ball of light appears over the minister's home and traveled northeast. The baby plane began to brighten up as it passed over my head. I saluted the angels on the baby plane. So on October 27th, Monday, October 27th, 2025, that was a total of 8 baby planes, and that sighting lasted for 10 minutes. And then in November 5th, I was driving on the expressway, leaving the farm, passing through Gary, Indiana. and I wrote it down. So Gary, Indiana, Wednesday, November 5th, 2025, at 5:42 p.m. As I was driving westbound on the toll road passing through Gary, Indiana, I noticed two small white balls of light in front of us to the right of the expressway headed westbound. I stared at the lights, wondering were they airplanes or not. Seconds later, the two lights started to cross the expressway traveling southbound. I had two passengers in the car with me, Brother Haroon and Brother Khalid. When I asked both passengers to look at the two lights, one of the lights shut off. Then seconds later, the second light shut off. It was then that I realized that I seen two baby planes change direction in the sky right behind one another. All praises due to Allah. So that happened on November 5th. That lasted maybe 2 minutes. These two white balls of light. We were close to Gary Airport. That's why I was staring at them, wondering were they airplanes, but there were no blinking lights, there was no noise. There was just two balls of light. They were traveling too close to one another in order for them to be airplanes. That one was here and one was there. That's too close. That's against the law for airplanes flying in the sky. You can have an accident. So that's what made me pay attention to them. And when they crossed and changed directions that fast and came across the expressway, and then they went out right in front of us. That's when I knew who it was, and I lost it in the car. And they was like, "What?" I was like, "You missed it. Y'all didn't see that."
You lost
So that's
it.
what, yeah, it was like that's another thing. I never get too comfortable with them. Every time I
Yeah.
see them, it's so exciting. It's like the first time, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. To
Allahu
see
Akbar.
human
Yeah.
beings from the hereafter, that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Mm, I can imagine. Sister Tamara, I see you. Here we go. Thank you, Brother Arvence. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
You want to continue or go to the people?
We can go to the people.
Is this your presentation? Believe that. Okay, here we go. Well, it's Lord's. I want to get a question. I want the comments too, because they're just as important, but we want to also we'll run that. Inshallah. Here we go. Question. Okay, 1 second. Please. Okay. Right now what I'm seeing are comments, and so I'll go to those because they're just as critical. Here we go. Sister Angelita asks, she said she's still do you foresee any more music? I still bump Elijah Rock. Do you foresee any more music?
Yes, there has been a lot made. We've never put it out. What I'm striving to do now is not just make music. I want to do what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, put the truth in the music and
Mm,
make the people go to the rhythm of truth. And when he said one song is worth 1,000 of his lectures, worth more than 1,000 of his lectures, I was like, what? And that's a lot to wrap around your head. So that means there's a heavy responsibility that everyone has who makes music. What are you saying?
mm,
How are you causing the people to react to your music that's coming from your mind? Is it good or bad? How are you causing them to think? How are you causing them to feel?
mhm.
I mean, so
Wow.
just think of the music today on the radio. How does it make you feel? How does it cause the people to act? We can't conduct ourselves like that. So yes, there will be more music. When, I don't know, but there will
Brother Evans, I forgot that you did make music. Sister Tamara, did you know that?
No, ma'am, I did not.
be.
Let's see. Ask Brother Arvence. Thank you, Angelita. Here's Sister Angelita. Here's Zachary Muhammad. Ask Brother Arvence about a brother who shared with him of his experience of taken while driving his vehicle. So of being taken, I surmise, while driving his vehicle.
A brother being taken while driving his vehicle.
Of taken. Brother Zachary, that's a word missing there, but I'm asked Brother Arvence about a brother who shared with him of his experience of taken while driving his vehicle. So I'm thinking the experience of being taken. Maybe that word being is there. Brother Zachary, could you give us that?
Maybe
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people share a lot of different experiences with me. Um, some have had experiences where they were driving or not driving, and they slipped into unconsciousness somehow, but
Mm,
they weren't unconscious. They were conscious, but they were unconscious. It was like everything changed and they were somewhere else, and things happening, and they're trying to figure out, and they're describing it to me. So I've gotten a lot of messages like that. And some people say, oh, am I going crazy? What's going on? Have you experienced this? Yes, I've experienced it a lot. You're not crazy. Allah can do that to you. You're not
right, right.
crazy. So
Whatever
pay
he
attention
uses.
to it, write it down. Yeah, pay attention to it, write it down. Pray to Allah for understanding and be patient with yourself and be patient with Allah.
Thank you. Brother Zachary confirmed. Yes, that was the word. Please speak to saluting. Thank you. Sister Angelina, I'm thank you for your questions. Brother, no, that's not the one. I apologize. That wasn't it. There's something. Here we go. Sister, please speak to saluting the angels on the baby planes.
Yes. So out of love and out of respect, because I know who they are, I know where they come from, I know who made them, I know what they can do, I know their assignment as we're all taught. I salute like this, as we salute our flag, as a soldier salutes the high chain in command. I salute them every time that I see them. It don't matter, nighttime, daytime, I don't care. I don't care who's looking at me thinking I'm crazy. I stay in that attention and I salute them because I salute them out of love and respect for who you are. I know who you are. And I have a high level of respect for the fact that you've chosen to communicate with me and to be my friend of all people. I thank a lot for that. And I don't take it for granted. It's something I didn't ask for that. It's been happening since I was 5 years old. It just happened. And the more you pay attention to it, the more you submit to the process, it just ramps up. It doesn't stop or slow down, it ramps up. So it's a blessing. That's what I do. Saluting them is something that I always do. And I write it down in all of my documentation when I do it. And the minister read it. He came out of the house. He said, Arvence, I got the message. I bowed. I said, yes, sir. He said, the angels told me to tell you they love you, brother. And they said, who is this brother that keeps saluting us? We love him. And I just laughed and I was like, wow, so to get a response from them through the Messiah that they like me saluting them, that was just like I had to hold in every tear in the world. I mean, that was a blessing. That was
You. I'm looking at the comments for you for your question and for your response, Brother Arvin. Oh, here, let's bring Sister Tamara back into in case she has a comment or question. I'm just going through to make sure that I didn't miss any communications for you. And some of the uh, uh, believers and guests are saying that this happened to them. Brother Zachary
blessing.
said, yes, it happened to me in terms of being taken while in the car. Were you in the car, Brother Zachary? Or you mean being taken? And then also, James Bree, he says that happened that happened to, I guess, me while coming through the Virginia mountains.
Mm.
Okay. Someone says to salute all officers and standards in that case. I'm going to go through and show you some more comments on. In the meantime, Brother Arvence, do you want to have another set since we don't have any more questions, and I can save the comments for? I want to get to your data.
Yes, ma'am. So that was another one. The most recent was Friday, November 7th. So this was 2 days after the Gary incident. Not incident, but after the Gary sighting on November 5th. So November 7th, 2 days later, I seen more baby planes at the farm. So it started at 6:36 p.m. Four white balls of light appear over the track area. Three of the baby planes traveled eastbound and one traveled southbound. At 6:37 p.m., one white ball of light appears near the rear entrance of the farm. and travels eastbound, pardon me. At 6:39 p.m., one white ball of light appears over the track area and travels eastbound. At 6:40 p.m., one white ball of light appeared over the track area traveling northbound. At 6:41 p.m., one white ball of light appears over the track and brightens up to a big white ball of light. Then the light shut off and never came back on. 6:43 p.m. One white ball of light appears over the rear entrance and brightens up very bright, then dimmed out. The baby plane traveled eastbound. 6:44 p.m. One white ball of light travels northbound. 6:53 p.m. Three baby planes appeared at once. Two side by side appeared over the track area traveling southbound, and one appeared over the bean field traveling northbound. They appeared as white balls of light. 6:56 p.m. Three white balls of light appeared at once. Two traveled northbound and one traveled southbound. 6:59 p.m. One white ball of light appeared over the rear entrance and traveled eastbound. 7 p.m. One white ball of light appeared over the bean field and traveled northeast, then quickly disappeared. 7:06 p.m. Two baby planes appeared over the rear entrance area. One appeared as a dim white ball of light, and the second one appeared as a bright white ball of light. 7:11 p.m. Two baby planes appeared over the track area and passed one another in flight. One traveled southbound, and the second one traveled northeast. 7:12 p.m. One white ball of light appeared over the bean field and traveled northeast. 7:18 p.m. Four baby planes arrived as white balls of light. One traveled eastbound, one traveled southbound, and two traveled northbound side by side. 7:21 p.m. One white ball of light appears over the track area and travels southbound, then quickly disappears. 7:24 p.m. One very bright white ball of light appeared over the track area traveling eastbound, then disappeared overhead. 7:25 p.m. One white ball of light appeared over the rear entrance area and traveled eastbound, then quickly disappeared. 7:44 p.m. One dim white ball of light appears over the front gate area and traveled eastbound. 7:46 p.m. One white ball of light appears over the minister's home and traveled eastbound, then quickly disappeared. 7:54 p.m. One white ball of light appears over the minister's home and brightens up twice, then disappeared over the minister's home as it traveled eastbound. So all of that I read happened on November 7th, and that was a total of 33 baby planes in one night. And that sighting lasted 1 hour, 18 minutes. And that was witnessed by myself, Brother Ansar, Brother William, and Brother Emil. Myself and Brother Ansar witnessed the whole entire thing from beginning to end. The other brothers that I mentioned that witnessed it, they came and left. You know, they saw some of it. They didn't see a lot of it. So that was the biggest sighting so far. um,
So Brother Arvin, so that
November. Yeah, so that was the biggest sighting. So I'm gonna get into, if anyone has any questions on that, let's do the questions, because after that I want to get into a vision that I just had recently on November.
my salute. Yes, sir. Yes, let's do that. One of the questions I was going to ask, and I'll go also to the to Tamara and then to the chat, is so that would be, you would then go to Surah 33. My question
Yeah,
is, at 18, would that be ayat verse 1? 18? No, that's a verse. Would it be like verse 18 or ayat 18, or
I was
that's
just read.
making more of it than
I
what
was
it is? Surah 33.
Yeah, I was just read the whole surah
Oh,
because
surah.
I don't want to miss
Mhm.
anything. Yeah, I'll just read
That's
the
right.
whole surah.
That's right. And you said that he said the surah. That's just the way I was
Exactly.
wondering if there
Yeah.
was. Let's, Sister Tamara, any question or comment? Because time is running. We may have to do a special extended.
I would like to go ahead and listen to the vision for November 11th.
Thank
Yes,
you,
Cool.
ma'am.
ma'am. So on Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. Now this is 4 days from November 7th when I seen all of those baby planes. So Tuesday, November 11th, I had a vision about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I was at home in Chicago, Tuesday, November. I had this vision at 3:40 p.m. So I was watching the latest interview from October 23rd, just watching it, trying to see what was said, trying to see how others were inspired and everything like that. After I finished watching the interview, I just took a nap on the couch. I was watching it on the couch, and then I took a nap on the couch. As soon as I dozed off, I have this vision, and the vision looked like this. Yeah, the vision started like we're in a house or a private building near a large lake. The minister walked outside of the house to sit near the lake, and Brother Denny followed him close behind. I was in the home doing some important work for the minister, but I was near an open window with the curtain closed. I heard the minister's voice outside, and that caused me to pull back the curtain and look out the window. I seen the minister and Brother Benny sitting next to each other in chairs close to a lake, talking to each other. There were others in the house with me, but I never seen who they were because I was focused on my assignment for the minister, with whatever he had me doing. Some time passed, and the minister and Brother Benny came back in the house. They were in the house for a long time. Suddenly, I see the minister walk by himself down the stairs as he passed me. Then suddenly, I hear the minister's voice outside again. I pulled the curtain back from the window, and I seen the minister sitting outside near the same large lake by himself this time. Suddenly, four black girls ran up to the minister as he was sitting down. The oldest girl appeared to be probably 15 years old. She was she was standing on the left side of the minister asking him some questions. I couldn't hear her voice. I could only hear the minister's voice, but I couldn't hear what he was responding to her about. I heard the minister teaching her, but I couldn't hear the conversation as I watched from the window. There was the second oldest girl standing behind the first girl who was talking to the minister. She was listening to the conversation. The two youngest girls were little, and they stood behind the second girl, but they weren't listening to the conversation. They were playing with one another, having fun. As I began to stop what I was doing and go outside to be with the minister, the vision ended. So I talked to a few of the student ministers about that vision because there's a lot in it. And I'm trying to figure out, why did this happen like that? Why did that happen like that? And why was he outside? Why was he sitting by the lake? Why did four girls run up to him? What does all this mean, right? So one of the student, actually a couple of the student ministers told me that you saw four girls run up to the minister. I said, yes, I know what that means. That's never happened before in the vision. In Surah 4, Al-Nisa was told to me, that's four girls. That's the woman. That's Surah number 4, four girls. I was like, wow. And there's a lot of coded messages in that vision that I'm still piecing together and that I'm still getting help with piecing together. But I've had a lot of visions this year, and this is one of the busiest years I've ever had with being given visions after I see these baby planes. And I spoke earlier about how when you see these baby planes, what people call UFOs, the experience continues while you're asleep. They're able to keep giving you things, keep talking to you that will lead to something else, and that will lead to another stage, that will lead to this stage, that will lead to you going over there, that will lead to you saying this, that will lead to someone else telling you this and that. So the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan told me, he said, you have to learn how to listen to Allah's voice in the wind. He said, what that means is people are having a conversation. Most of the people just hear regular talk. He said, but when you hear the conversation, you may hear something different that everybody else don't hear. And that's a lot of instruction from him to you who's talking and they don't know what they're saying. That this different way of communication angels have. It's amazing. It's beautiful. And I love seeing it. It's a beautiful thing. All of us can receive it. It's not just Brother Arvence. All of us can receive it, but we have to just pay attention to it more. Patient, practice being patient, practice praying more, practice calling out to them, practice asking for guidance, asking for clarity, everything. So yeah, that vision was different. And I never know when these visions are coming. They just happen whenever I happen. I have to write it, figure out what's going on. So,
Maybe it's mine that's frozen.
I can hear you. I think it's the brother.
Oh my gosh, you're dropping so much here. So I'm looking on another device and it appears it's still okay. His phone went out. So Brother Arvence will come until I right back in. Sister Tamara, your thoughts on what brother shared with the vision. I'm 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 back at the four girls, to be honest. But go ahead. What are your thoughts about what he shared? Please express that.
Yes,
I want to
he got me running
go
through
ahead,
the
sis.
yes, he got me running through the Holy Quran. And if we're all following, he's pointing out several surahs, and the one that keeps popping in my mind is Surah 2, Ayat 269, which is also he talked about numbers in his last one, and that would calculate to 19 as well. Surah 2, Ayat 269, and calling correctly is that Allah shares wisdom with who He pleases, right? And then He gives much, pretty much paraphrasing for that surah. And then for Surah 33, it starts off, again, as I recall, it starts off in the beginning as trust in Allah, and deny the hypocrites, don't pay no mind to them. So he's running us through the Holy Quran. And so my biggest question to him, and I can't wait till he come back, is how many has he seen? Has he calculated that? And here he is. So we were just
what
talking
was
about
it?
beloved,
Wait,
and we were talking about how you were just running us through the surahs. That's how my mind is calculating. So I tell you what popped in my mind was Surah 2, Ayat 269. And you had talked about the number 19 before, but as you was running us through the surahs, that's what popped in my, in the Holy Quran is what popped in my mind. And that does calculate to the number of 19. So, and then, and I believe that surah and that ayat 269 talks about Allah shares His wisdom with who He pleases, and and that He gives much, and that you've given a great gift. So, I wouldn't say this is for everybody, and that's okay. We all have gifts. So, and that's what pops in my mind. And then also you ran into the surah again with Surah 33. And I believe it starts off with trusting in Allah, and the knowledge that's revealed, and deny the hypocrites, right? And the disbelievers. So what kind of strength to pull from, the nursing of the Holy Quran. So thank you. But my question was, how many, baby, have you calculated? How many planes have you seen?
Well, in the last interview, I calculated, I think it was 214 from January to October 7th. So I calculated a total from October 26th to November. I'm sorry. Yes, October 26th to November 7th. That was a total of 66 baby planes. So 66 plus 214, 66 plus 214. Yeah, that's 230, right? No, I'm sorry. 66 plus 214, 220.
You
Sorry.
said, wait,
Is it?
you said two,
66 of them.
66
It's
plus
280.
280.
280. 280,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
Mathematics is Islam.
Absolutely. And we're just close to the middle of November. So we have the rest of November and then we have December. So, I mean, what I've noticed is that the baby plane arrivals ramp up during whatever month Ramadan is. They ramp up in the month of September and October, and then it dies down, and then towards the end of November and certain parts of December, it ramps up all over again to close out the year. It happens every time like
I need to ask a question, Brother Arvin. Um, Brother Arvin has some sharing to do right now. Someone, because it's so late, I don't want to
that.
call student Mr. James and ask him for an extended period of time. But Brother Arvin, I'll take the hit. Brother Arvin, would you mind and Sister Tamara, staying just an extended, I'll can we keep going? We're supposed to wrap at 2. I want to just because brother, we need the information. Let's go. Is it okay, Brother Arvin?
Yes, ma'am. That's fine.
Okay.
So that was it for that last vision that I read. Everything that I read off, that was the most recent. Well, I just wanted to um just wanted to oh I'm sorry. After I had the vision, one of the brothers the next day in between one of the brothers was at the farm and he texted me at 7:34 p.m. Central Standard Time. And in the text he said, Assalamu alaikum, I just seen 4 baby planes at the farm. And I was like, what? And we talked about the 4 girls that ran up to the minister in the vision that I had the day before. And he don't even know about that. So the next day he texts me and say, I just seen 4 baby planes. So now I'm piecing it together. I said, okay, these angels, they're talking to you. That's the way that they can communicate with you. They send you the vision, certain numbers in the vision happen a certain way. And then in real life, they send someone else in experience and have them to call you or text you. It happens like that a lot. To that. So I looked at the text and I said, oh, yesterday, the 4 girls that ran up to the minister, it's something about that 4. So I'm looking deeper into that as well. Why did 4 baby planes arrive to the minister's home the next day? I wasn't there, but the brother who seen it, he tells me. I mean, it's just like nothing is a coincidence. The honorable minister said nothing around him is a coincidence. So I have to basically look at it. Seems small, it may seem significant, whatever it is.
That is interesting. That is interesting. Sister Tamara, anything else before oh, Brother Arvin, what else? Y'all, here's some comments, but I think you're staying with that. Oh my God, I'm so full in the chat. I love Liberated Sisters viewers. 280, they're responding. Sister Tamara, I just want to make sure to get what's on your mind as brother is going. Brother Arvin, look at his big bright smile. Go ahead, brother. Share what you have because I know you have more. I see you looking down at your notes, and I keep coming in with, "Do you have a question?" But let me just let you go on, and then when you pause, we'll come in with the questions. And student Minister James and the Mother Show for Closing the Gap Broadcast Network. Um, uh, we're going to do extended time, and thank you all for staying with us. Go ahead, Brother Arvin.
So that's it for the experiences. And I just wanted to read off a couple of reference points that I wrote down for everyone watching. Um, I was pointed out certain scriptures by some of the student ministers in the ministry class that deals with the will and the departure that's coming up that the Honorable Minister Farrakhan told us for years that's going to happen. And he said it's dangerously close now. So these scriptures that talk about the will and the departure in the Bible is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 1, verse 1 through 28, the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 9 to 11, the book of Exodus, chapter 13, verse 21 and 22, the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 1 through 8, in the Holy Quran, chapter 17, verse 1, that deals with the night journey, in the book of Revelations, chapter 21, verse 1 and 2, and verses 10 and 11. I wrote down verses 1 and 2 and verses 10 and 11 from the book of Revelation, and I would like to read that out. So in the book of Revelation, 21st chapter, verse 1 and 2, it says, "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband." The 10th verse and the 11th verse says, "And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and shewed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from God, having the glory of God. And her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal." And also points to revisit study the time of what must be done lecture series on YouTube, parts 51 to 55. All of those parts deal specifically with the will in the New Jerusalem. Specifically, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan goes all through it, and you will get everything you need from just those four parts. So I just wanted to mention
Thank you. Thank you. Have you gotten any visions of the departure? This is
that.
Sister
Yes,
asking.
yes, I had one many years ago, and I was blessed to tell the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He told me that wasn't a dream. And then he told me, he said, "I want you to be the one to see me leave." He said, "Whoever is the person that's going to see me leave, that's going to be a famous person because the whole world will have a lot of questions." And so I'm like, oh God, like I'm a laid back person. I don't really care about attention. I don't care about applause. I really don't. I like to do what I need to do. I'm a hard worker. I love working. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. I love working, do what I need to do, and that's it. I'll sit in the background and you won't even know I'm there. But when Allah starts pushing you forward, it's nothing you can do. But just deal with whatever Allah has for you. So I had one vision of him leaving, and it was so real. And the minister's response to what I told him, his response and his daughter's response that was sitting around him, when I looked up, because I was explaining to him, just going through it, just explaining to him like this. And when I finished, I looked up and they were all looking at me like this. Like, are you serious? You experienced all that? And I was like, yeah, I thought it was a dream, but the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said it wasn't a dream. And that's what really made me pay attention to every time I go to sleep. You think you're having a dream. After you come out of it, try to remember it, write it down. It's not a dream. It's something else. And you have to pay attention to it. All of these different messages, different levels of messages, and warning as well.
Thank you. Here's a question, Latasha Hall. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for your testimonies. Do you think dreams, visions are somehow connected to the wills? Definitely. That's what's. Well, go ahead. She asked you, not me. She asked you.
Yes, they are connected to the wheels because those pilots on the wheels, they only know obedience to Allah. So when Allah wants you to know something, it's very easy for him to send you a thought or send you a message from himself directly or through his messenger or through his angels or through your neighbor, through your children, through your spouse, through your friend. But it's up to us whether we accept it or not. If you want to throw it out the window and not pay attention to it, oh, he just said that. Oh, she just said it. Oh, that's just a child. They just, no, pay attention. It's not just a child talking, pay attention. It's not just somebody talking, pay attention. Allah can speak through people and tell you things and give you guidance and warning. You have to listen. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talked about listening the listening with Allah on the doorposts of your ears and your heart. He said you have to learn how to listen like that. So that's the way I'm striving to learn how to listen. And the more I strive to do that, the more I hear. This is a perfect example. There were some people at Muhammad University talking. I knew who they were. They were talking, their personal conversation. I just walked past. I wasn't paying attention to their conversation, but I heard one of the brothers tell the other brother something, but what he said, I turned around and looked because he didn't know that he was explaining what I experienced 2 nights ago. They didn't know about it. And so I turned around, and Allah can really tap you on the shoulder wherever you are, tap you on the mind wherever you are. Just give you a hint. Hey, don't forget. Remember that. Don't forget. Pay attention to that. Don't forget. You're having a conversation with someone, or someone else is having a conversation with other people. And sometimes you hear people talk, but you hear something that they're talking about that directly connects to you and what you're doing and what happened to you. And they don't even know it. That happens a lot. That's happening a whole lot more lately to me. And I've been striving to pay attention to it and just do as I'm told.
Thank you, brother. Um, how do you deal, James Bree? How do you, brother, deal with the weight of the minister's words, especially him sharing with you about Judas?
What's the question again?
Okay, how do you, brother, deal with the weight of the minister's words, especially him sharing with you about Judas?
Hmm. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, anytime that he opens his mouth, he always teach, lift you up, warn, tell you what to do, how to get through this now, how to get through this tomorrow, how to get through when he leaves, how to get through until he get back, what to do when he get back, what he's gonna have when he get back, what he's gonna say when he get back. And I mean, the Judas part, that was the second time that I heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan personally say that. And one time I almost asked him who it is. And when I was thinking about asking him, he looked at me, he said, I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. And it just dismissed it. I was like, I'm not going to ask now. I think he know who it is. He may know, but if he were to tell us, we can't get in the way of Allah's will. It has to happen. Scripture has to play out. It has to play out. Certain things has to happen in order for the whole world to know, oh my God, you was the one all this time. Oh my God, the person you all been telling everybody was God, we thought you was crazy. You all were for real? I mean, Allah is gonna do something so dramatic to the point where the whole world is gonna know that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, just like the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, he said, keep waiting with your disbelief and doubt. You will soon come to know that what Elijah Muhammad has told you is most certainly the truth. Who can speak strong like that and know like, something's gonna happen at a certain point, and you're gonna know that I've never lied. So the Judas, that's hard. That's a hard thing to know that you have to go through. To know that you have to see that to a type of human being that's done nothing but good to anybody. I mean, done nothing but good, did nothing but care about you when you didn't care about yourself. nothing but good. And you want him dead? You want him dead, but you don't want real crooks dead who kill other people. Which you don't want Satan dead who loves killing people. You don't want him dead, but you want the messenger of God dead. That's 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 really different. But it has to happen. And just the thought of it is very eerie. It's very troubling. I don't even like thinking about it. It's a icky feeling. It just feels wrong. But it has to happen. So yeah, it has to happen. And I just pray to Allah that I and we all get through it because it has to happen. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, just make sure you're not one of them. That's all you have to do. Make sure it's not you. So you'll be all right. We'll get through it. But things have to get worse before they get better.
Thank you very much for answering that. A lot of our last talk was commenting on that Judas factor. Let me ask this question: with all these sightings, I can't help but wonder what the neighbors' testimonies are. LOL. Have there been any reports from neighbors and the surrounding community? That's Raheem.
One time, the neighbors across the street from the farm, they came out, they heard us screaming, blah, 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 blah. This was the time after the Vanguard, when all the red ball lights came up, doing formation. The lady is a Caucasian family, so they came out of their house, and I heard the mom say, "What are those red lights in the sky? What are those red lights?" They were looking at what we were looking at. They came out of their house because they heard us screaming, bearing witness so loud. They wanted to see what was going on. It's always quiet. They wanted to put all the noise and stuff. So that was the one time that I've seen other neighbors see what we seen. Yeah, well, they didn't know what they were looking at, but they saw what we saw. But any other time, I've never seen other people see what I've seen. It's always I'm looking at them, and then I look around. Cars are riding by, people are jogging, walking dogs. I'm looking like y'all see this. Y'all don't see the people do not pay attention. The people are constantly
Brother
moving.
Arvence,
The people
pardon,
are
Brother
constantly
Arvence,
moving. Yes, ma'am.
Brother Arvence, if you can hear me, pardon the interruption. Um, the volume is out. I thought it was just my computer that was giving technical difficulty, but I'm sorry. Would you repeat that because they can hear you?
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but yeah, it's like it's in it's air space. It's not really. No, they can't. Not like we were. No, not. It's the mic is out a little bit. Uh-oh. Is that? Can you do a testing? We don't want to waste any of your words. Now, I think it's froze. I know. I thank you, Sister Tawan. We see that. Thank you all for letting us know. Thank you. I think it's frozen. Let me bring in Sister Chamber to see if she's seeing the same thing. Sister Chamber, can you hear? You can't either, right?
Right. It's fuzzy. And now
Can
I
you hear
believe he's
me?
oh
There he
now
goes.
there you
Thank
are.
you.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
We out. Go ahead.
So where did I go out at? The whole thing, or
Take it from the top. Sorry to ask you to do that. Yes, just take it from the top.
okay? So no problem. So we did witness the neighbors across the street from the farm, a Caucasian family. They came out to look at what we were looking at because we were making so much noise talking about blah. And I heard the Caucasian mom say, "What are those red lights? What are those red lights?" Like talking to her family. They didn't know what they were looking at. They were like, "Wow, what is that?" It was clear as day. So that was the only time that I witnessed other people see what we've seen. Every other time, no matter how many people I'm around or we're around, people don't pay attention to the skies. People are in their phones, people driving, walking by, doing whatever they're doing, and people don't look up. It doesn't take much to just look up and you will see all of this going on over your heads, but most of the people don't pay attention. And the small few that do pay attention, you will see someone post a video online or YouTube or something like that. So you may see them in an interview or something like that. So most of the people don't pay attention though.
Thank you. um, Sister Tamara, any question or comment before we continue?
So
As we
help,
continue.
right. I can't help but to you as you were talking about the four ladies, the four women, and what
Mhm.
came to mind, we know he's a fulfillment, right, of the book. And so that includes Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. All I can think about was there were his wife, Khadijah, and his three daughters who transitioned before
Mm,
he. So
mm.
that's what came into mind when we talk about four as the foundation. That's as you thought about that. So I just wanted to share that. Mhm.
That's beautiful. You know, the four, in addition, some of the four that were going through my mind was one was Sister Candace Owen, Sister Vicky Dillard, Sister Sabby Sabs. Please forgive me for not having her full name correctly right here, but it behooves me now. Sister Tamara, would you keep the show going so that I can pull up these sisters? I done um, article for the, because speaking to what you said, Brother Arvence, about our numeric Surah 4, um, an article on these some of the sisters at that time who are on the front line. You know, when you said there, four girls that ran to the minister, I was just in backstage like, oh my God. But yes, that reminds me of Sister Candace Owens, Sister Vicky Dillard, and I'm going to get the other two names, and Dr. Christina Parks. Oh my God, and then there's more and others, but that's these sisters came to my mind. But Sister Tamara, would you continue the dialogue with Brother Arvin so that I can pull some information? And if you could, Sister Tamara, if you could see the chat, manage that, or Angelita or Sister Tawan, help us with the chat so that she can keep the dialogue going with Brother Arvin, because I cannot hear what I heard and just not do what I'm about to do. Continue.
Yes. So you want to continue with your narrative, or do you want to go to the questions?
We can go to the questions.
Okay. Let's see what we have here. There was another. Let's see here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Tamara, I couldn't help it. As I was looking, because I said, let me just help her a little bit because you are,
Oh, right
there.
here. This is from another one from Sister Star. Have you got any visions on the departure, or did we cover that one?
We covered that one. That's why I said, let me jump in a
Okay.
little bit and
Yes,
start with this one. The movie Nope. Here's one, Brother Ian Muhammad. The
okay.
movie Nope stole our story. UFO at a farm. Going on. I'll get it. Go ahead, Sister Tamara. You can go. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to have a comment. Brother Arbenz, I'm telling you, I know that you want to go to the questions, but let's go to your, if we could, more of what you're sharing. And then we'll get to the questions, but continue with your testimony, brother. Please. Thank you, Sister Tamara. I'll leave you both right there.
So I read off all of the most recent testimonies, everything that Allah sent, everything that's been happening since October the 26th. So that was it for now. I'm gonna watch out tonight and see what happens. I'm pretty sure something's gonna happen tonight. I'm gonna watch out all night and tonight and tomorrow night and the next night and the next night. So I'm a night person now. I'm forced to be a night person. Up all night, all the time, watching, looking. So that was the most recent. And Yeah, if anyone has any questions or comments.
Yes, so we have one here from Raheem. He says, aren't we taught that there were four women and one man at the crucifixion of Christ, and how it parallels with the ratio of believers at the time of the departure of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan?
Yes, there were six women and one man.
That's right.
And I
Mhm.
remember the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan speaking about that years ago, talking about his departure in the cross of the shame of suffering and the cross, bearing his cross and what he's about to go through because of where he has to go. And he looked at everyone and said, I hope y'all don't punk out like that. He said, all the men that Jesus taught and saved and helped, when he was going through what he was going through, only seven people showed up. What happened? Where is everybody when you need them? When everything is good, you have all of these people where everybody your best friend. There's all these people around all the time. But the minute something shaky happens, or something dangerous, or something bad that makes you uncomfortable, people love to flee and run and get scared. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? So in real life, about the scripture in the past, we have all that going on right now. You don't know who is who. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, when the enemy makes his attack, that's when you don't see who is who for real. He said we all look the same in suits and bow ties and garments, and we all know how to talk good and sound good. He said, but who are you underneath the garment? Who are you underneath the suit and bow tie? Who are you really? That's gonna come out when the right circumstance presents itself. You can't have it. It's gonna come out. If you're a good person, that'll come out. If you faking, it's gonna come out. So I mean, yes, but there were six women and one man. And according to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's time of his departure, there wasn't a lot of people there. There wasn't a lot of people there at Mercy Hospital in Chicago. And just to think of that, he spoke. Every time he spoke at the mosque, Save is there, wherever Save is there was at. There were a lot of people everywhere. Everyone came from all over the place. Just like today, for the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan. But during a certain time, what happened to everybody? What happened? So you have to stay close, keep your eyes on the light, the divine light of Allah. Keep listening to him. Don't run away. Don't plunk out. It's not going to help you. Running away is not going to help you. Running away from your salvation will not help your salvation. So, yeah, I mean, it's directly related though.
Praise be to Allah. So we have a Asia 100. She says, have you ever seen any baby planes during the day?
Absolutely. When I was 5 years old, I seen the actual baby plane. That was the first time I seen one. I thought, I'm a child. I thought when I was taught aliens and UFOs, but I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid then. I was happy to see it. I was like, oh, look at that. Wow. So the actual ship that I seen, it was maybe the size of an 18-wheeler trailer. It was maybe that long. It was flat, but it was a saucer shape, but it was a skinny saucer shape and it had a small lip around it. The whole thing was a bright stainless steel finish. It wasn't lit up. I saw the actual ship, like you see in the airplane in broad daylight, the actual ship. Totally quiet. I mean, if you didn't look up, you didn't know it was there. And it followed us in the car that we were in for 15 minutes on the south side of Chicago, and then it started leaving, going westbound. I'll never forget that. If you ask me about anything when I was 5 years old, my mind is blank. I remember nothing. That's the only thing that I remember in full detail, like it happened yesterday. That's how I know that was really, really real. One of the brothers told me maybe they were picking you to communicate with back then. I said, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Inshallah, it's happening now, so who knows? And once at the farm, no, actually twice at the farm in broad daylight. It usually happens at night, but there's two times it happened in daytime. So one time in both, it was in the summertime. One time, me and some of the brothers were outside talking. It was a beautiful summer evening, maybe in about 30, 40 minutes, it's going to be dark. So it's late in the evening. We're talking about the minister, talking about the teachings. It was just beautiful, right? Something tell me to look up, and there was this rectangular tube over the minister's house. It was sitting there, and it had its own light. It was lit up. So if it wasn't a baby plane, if it was an airplane, it just would have been lit up on the left side because the sun was going down on the left side. Sun was setting to the west. But the whole thing was lit up. It wasn't a ball, but it was a tube. I said, man, y'all see that? I had to point to it so they could find it. It was sitting still over the minister's home. And when we all looked at it, it started moving real slow like this. And then it just faded and disappeared out of nowhere and it was gone. So that was amazing. That was amazing. It was like a red light. That was amazing. A red tube. So that was the first time in bright daylight. The second time in bright daylight, a white ball of light came on over the house and flashed right at me. Bam, just like that. And I was like, I know I just saw that. I know I'm not crazy. And the thought came to me and said, tonight they're gonna come in full force. I just knew it. And it happened.
Okay. Thank you, brother. Do you think there is a significance with your age?
Possibly.
5 years old.
Possibly.
Yes.
Yeah. Possibly.
Mm.
Possibly. And when I had a vision at the farm about this baby plane, this huge baby plane coming over the farm, and then it's set up right side, and then it's flattened back out. They moved over to the horses close to the minister's house. It disappeared. Then a box came in the sky in 5 days. That was the message with a red countdown under it. That number five has been following me since 5 years old. So I mean, that's something to look into. That number five, something to look into.
Yes, indeed. So there's another one from Maria X here. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for sharing, dear brother. Do you have any other notes that are allowed to share from the minister?
Wow. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but since you asked, let me pull it up in my phone. There's a couple of things that I didn't mention in the first one because there was so much going on. You know, actually do. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, yeah, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, everything must be done right and exact, no matter what level that is on, from the lowest and least to the highest and the most. Everything has its place and use, and we shouldn't have a make do attitude, meaning we should always use the right tools and equipment for what the job or repair calls for. And a whole lot of this that he told us, I can't share, so I'm just kind of scrolling. Pardon me. Oh, he spoke when he said we should not yell or speak in a tone above the apostle of God. Scrolling. He said, you can make it to the hereafter, but you have to be severely tried. Keep the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and myself, his chief helper, on the forefront of your mind when you're driving, when you're walking, whatever you're doing, keep him on your mind. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, this is the garden where the light is, talking about the phone. Jesus spent a lot of time in the garden, but outside of the garden is a dark cloud. There is a dark cloud in the mosque. People hold stuff in their hearts at the mosque and keep dark feelings towards each other. He doesn't like us doing that. And Allah doesn't like us doing that. If you stay here in the garden, you stay in the light. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, the Quran says, of your wives and of your children are enemies for you. Then he said, That's what Allah was telling the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, peace be upon him. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, after that, he said, but don't do nothing to them, just be aware of them. So if you happen to find out who some enemies of you are, he said, don't do nothing to them, just be aware of them. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, Jesus asked the people around him, who are my helpers? And one of the brothers said, we are your helpers. The minister said, you got it near correct. He said, only a disciple can answer that question. And if you look up the definition of what disciple is, I had it. Let me pull it back up. All right, me. So the definition of a disciple is a personal follower of Jesus during his life, especially one of the 12 apostles. Another definition is a follower or student of a teacher, leader, or philosopher. So those are two definitions of what a disciple is. So the minister said only a disciple can answer that question of who his helpers are. Most of this,
While you scroll, brother, this reminds me of I used to host Brother Iliad and Iliad Rashard and his wife here at home. Nice little quaint family dinner. They family. And he used to share his notes, with the minister, and we affectionately called them in my household as the hadiths of the Honorable Minister.
yeah.
So this reminds me of, yes.
That's exactly what it is. Oh, the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan said, the intense darkness is just before the dawn, but you can't see the dawn for the darkness. And if you don't have hope that the darkness will give rise to the darkness will be so intense you will lose your faith because of the darkness.
Mm.
And that,
So excited. I heard y'all. I heard y'all. I heard what y'all was doing. Y'all was taking care of business. Oh, go ahead, Brother Arvence. You look like you have something on your mind.
oh no, that was it.
No, there's some things. I apologize. It took a minute because, production. But at any rate, just if I may, to pick up on the four that we were talking about, the four girls and then the four women. What I was saying that it's let me just show the ones that I thought about as well when you said that at first. And I'll show it in two screens, and one is going to include a link to an article that was published in on the Nation of Islam Research Group's page, and it also includes some of them. So there's I'll share the screen and try to get the images as best as I could. But you all probably, many of you already probably follow these sisters. And here we go. The article is called Our New Marys, and it highlights some of them. And again, I just wanted to put the image of them there. And you already saw Sister Candace. And so I will screen share, okay? And thank you all for allowing me to do that, because I was compelled by what you said. I just couldn't hear you say that. Here we go. Oh, help me. Really need a producer. Present. Share screen. And there are more, but these stand out to me. So first I'll start with um a window. Okay, here we go. Never mind, please. I just wanted to show you what I'm thinking, what's on my mind. Okay, there's one that goes right there, but I didn't want to take too long to put her there. But in my mind was, of course, we talked about Sister Candace Owens, and here's our beloved Sister Vicky Dillard, and then here is Savvy Sabs. Um, there is also, of course, this Jasmine Crockett, congressional representative, who is really challenging the status quo. And there's one more, and we will dig into these at another time. I just wanted to put that there. Um, Here she is. She's on the left. Let me share this screen now as we continue and prepare to make way, wind down. I'm sharing the screen, right? Oh, here it is. Okay, 1 second, brothers and sisters. Bear with me. What happened to Blog Talk where no one can see you? No, I'm just messing around. Okay, so okay, here we go. The other is, well, here's the link to that. And let's see if we can put it in. Our new Marys. There are more of them, but these are significant that came to my mind. And our Brianna Joy Gray, that is her name. That's the name that I was looking for right here. The other sister, her name escapes me, but she actually was in the uprising, and not the uprising. I will not butcher that right now. I will just say that we'll put her name in the chat. Very, very important. I think when the protests erupted regarding the charge of anti-Semitism, and also on the college campuses. That's what I want to say. But in the interest of time, I just wanted to give the visual there. And you can read this article at the Nation of Islam Research Group. Our New Marys, young Black women emerge as voices of freedom. So I will remove that. But this is Brianna Joy Gray. This is the other person that I wanted to kind of put into that box there. And again, there are others and more that came to my mind when you said that, Brother Arvence, And Sister Tamara, thank you for those that you shared. That's what, I don't have to belabor that point. Brother Arvence, continue. And we'll
That
start
was
winding
it.
down. We will
Yeah,
be out of
that's
here. We got
that's all that
to.
I have so far. That's all that I have so far of brand new, most recent things that's happened, and I'm waiting for more. Like I say, inshallah, we'll be blessed tonight. Inshallah, I'm definitely gonna be looking. And
Yes,
we
sir.
have the whole rest of November to go. So how many days is that? Then we have how many days in December? So not over
Wow.
yet.
Right. It ain't over. And, remember everyone. So, well, just watch it. I don't want to come behind and say, remember. Someone said Abby Phillips. What I would like to do is get your closing remarks. If that was it, that was it. Sister, let me know, Sister Sharon, if you have any closing remarks. And then I will go through some of the comments and the questions while you all maybe are off screen. I just want to do that in my closing, not necessarily read them, but I'll highlight them. And then we have some announcements. We have some things coming up. We have Mother Khadijah
That-
Farrakhan's 90th birthday. It's birthday anniversary. So I want to announce those things. Go make a statement on that. I see your smile, Brother Arvin.
Yeah, so that's a blessing. I mean, Mother Khadijah is always so humble, just so humble and so grateful and thankful. Man, and I remember her constantly telling me, I really appreciate you for what you do for me. And I'm like, Mom, it's you. Like, it's an honor, So, I mean, being around her, she taught me a lot. I mean, she's the female version of the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, literally, literally, literally. The minister is the one who does most of the talking, but When Mother Khadijah started talking, I'm telling you, oh my God, just always mind blowing, always a blessing. And Mother Khadijah told me, she said, I could go to MGT class and teach if I want, but I don't really like going on speaking tours and stuff like that. I said, yes, ma'am. But Mother Khadijah is a mother to us all. I've seen her be a mother to total strangers. She just the love she has in her heart. I mean, I've never seen nobody go anywhere and people don't know her or people don't recognize her. And she just makes them her best friend and they love it. And it's just like they don't even want to leave from her presence all the time. She's a big, huge magnet and she's just full of love and care and she thinks about everybody all the time. So for us to have a celebration for her birthday is beyond well deserved. I mean, come on, the type of person she is and the type of work she does all the time, it's a blessing. It's a blessing to be a part of that. It's a blessing. I can't wait, actually.
Thank you so much. I had to put that there. I wish I had the information regarding the booklet and the celebration, but we have that posted on different pages for the Nation of Islam. I can share that post show, while after the show when you close, and I can follow up. Or Angelito or Tawan, if anyone of you could put that, if you're still with us, in the chat so that the people can have that now. But nonetheless, it's spreading, and we love you, Mother Khadijah. Oh my God, Brother Arvence. Okay, let's what you said. I second that. Just full. You were going to say something, sir. I heard you say something.
Oh, say love you, Mother Khadijah. Absolutely. And thank you all for blessing me to be a part of this interview. I thank Allah. I thank you both. And your little brother is gonna keep going. And I'm gonna keep listening to instructions and do what I'm told and just keep going with the help of Allah. So there'll always be more to share and prepare your. Oh, I do want to say this. In 2021, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us at the forum, he said COVID would be around 3 or 4 more years, then it'll all be over. He said after that, famine is coming. And everybody got quiet, like, oh, I mean, we heard about it, but we've never been that close before. And guess what? 4 years after 2021 is now. We're in 2025. He didn't say how much time we'll have after 2025 before famine hits. He didn't say it was going to be right after. But let's not wait until it comes to figure out, you know, having enough food and water. He's been teaching us about that as well. And get as much non-perishable foods as you can. Study up and get with a lot of believers who have a lot of survival kits and know how to put survival kits together for yourself and your family. Do it because Allah and His Messenger never lie. And when He say famine is coming after this 2025, you better believe it's gonna happen. If you pay attention to the news, you will see things that's happening with the farms, the 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 stores and the grocery stores. I mean, it's all over the place. The SNAP benefits, they cut that off, and now people don't have food. Just from that one thing, family's not here, and you can't get food because the SNAP benefits are gone. Just think about that. That's a sign of what's coming. When famine is here, there will be no SNAP benefits to help you. There will be no job to help you. There will be no going to the grocery store early to help you. The grocery stores are going to be empty. Remember what happened in COVID in 2020? Everything was empty. What happened? People suffered. I mean, don't go through that again. Don't go through that. Famine is serious. None of us ever been through a situation where we've been so hungry. We think about eating other people because we're so hungry. I mean, That's serious. That's serious. He said famine's coming, is coming.
Thank you. Okay, Brother Arvence, we will let you go. Thank you so much for being our guest. Thank you so much for your presentation. And yes, sir, Brother Minister. I felt the spirit. I felt the spirit. I felt the spirit. We really appreciate it, Brother Arvence. I know you have to, be on watch tonight. So, inshallah, we look forward. Please, you got to come back because we haven't gotten to the people that's still waiting for you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Sister Tamara, thank you too. Your closing remarks. Sister Tamara, Brother Arvence, go ahead, Tamara.
I was going to say thank you very much. It's always an honor, a privilege. Thank you so much, Charlene, and a pleasure to meet you, dear brother. Thank you so much, and keep your work. And I definitely admire your fortitude and your courage. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum, brother and sister. And I will do as I promised, and you all stay right there. I want to run through the remarks that were there for brother and for the show. Okay, I'm just going to post them right here. Put in the closing music. I do want to say that there's a flyer I need to put up, and I'll do that as well. Okay. Oh my Lord, Allah. I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. No, I look to the hills from whence cometh my help. I need some help with this program. Okay. We'll just start that. Lord help me. One thing is, I try. Okay. I think I would like to it's not the one. Well,
I was told to deliver this message.
I'm not sure. I think that's having the minister talk. I see you. Hold on. Where's Brother Arvence? Hold on. Okay, bear me witness. I don't think I should do that. That's having the ministers, talk right now. Maybe I'm being spooky, but I'm gonna be spooky, and I'm gonna go right here.
Liberated,
and play it real safe.
freed,
okay,
released, free from traditional social restraints.
Now,
sisters,
that's my daughter,
girls
Akila
or
Raisa.
women who share a common
And so here
ancestry,
we go.
allegiance, character, or purpose with another or others, fellow Black women or girls.
I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game. Somebody's got to stop you before the whole world goes up in flames. So he told me to tell you, I'll
fight for my brothers. We could go to war.
I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game. Somebody's got to stop you before the whole world goes up in flames. So he told me to tell you, I'll
fight for my brothers. We could go to war. Fighting for my father, I will give my life for. I feel so alone in this white man's world. Whip it in the kitchen, watch that white turn pearl. Standing on the corner, standing on my phone. Standing with my gangsters, but I'm standing on my own. If you said to me as long, split you like you need alone. Sacrifice my life, understanding each his own. Toast to the keys of success. Bel Air rose on my breath. I've been a student since 03. And we can fight till we see peace.
I fight like that. 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 Let me holler at you for a minute, give you game. Real scrappy, love the bottom, Buddha bang. Trigger happy, and everybody in the game. You shot your family and didn't even know it, man. Same rules, same code, with a different slang. Struck him out, and now they took him out the picture frame. Mama, don't cry, we gon' get by. 2 weeks later, got killed in a drive-by. Why must we fight amongst each other? Reach one, each one, teach one, my brother. I teach them how to fight on the grass and in the class. Snoop Dogg, all stars, yes sir, they coming fast. D1, football, we won. Now proud of my son, Lil Snoop, yes sir, cause he won. Right on, SC, fight on. We 100, keep it coming, dip, slip, slide on, light on. I fight like that, 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 I fight like that. Watching the warriors, the story of the rebels. You from the ghetto, then you know never to settle. I'm too common on the streets, I'm a pharaoh. Battling in African-American apparel. This on a t-shirt, youngins doing street work. Grinding till they teeth hurt, that's because they need work. Working till the feet hurt, trying to get my soul right. Used to be on old bikes, serving them that cold white. Wars in the winters, the block is hot in summers. Today's mathematics, we know it's strict in numbers. To the bosses and the runners, the hustlers and the stunners. We fight for the hundreds, we fight for the oneness.
He fights with the heat. He fights with the sleet. He said, I am who I am. I can't be beat. Nobody has won a war against me.